Hey, what's up, friends? Muzz coming from Reborn Mind, Body, Soul. And if you're watching this, you believe in new beginnings and becoming your own ultimate superhero. My intention for this video is to show you the power of when you have an idea and then you actually bring it into the world. What happened here was I was sitting in a library about 2 weeks of just nothing, not getting anywhere. I was on Craigslist and all of a sudden I was scrolling on the event section and I found this Digital Media Entertainment World Expo, and they're looking for volunteers. Send my resume in and just see what happens. And the next day, over in Marina del Rey at this event. Now this was pretty crazy because I'd never been to anything like this before, done anything to this caliber. So I was a little intimidated, and then I showed up and it was at the Marriott. I'm sure if you've been following me, you know that I've been living in my van, very low income. So to go around and be around captains of industry, people that are at the forefront of technology is pretty cool, but also at the same time pretty overwhelming. Now you had anywhere from the CEO of Red Bull speaking to execs from ABC, from Universal, and you had the person who has created the first AI that's celebrity, Sophia. So it was a lot of cool people there. Suddenly they give me one of these, a staff pass. And that was pretty cool because I got to go meet a lot of high-end people. So if you haven't hit the button already, hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. Here we are, parking lot at Target. Life is real funny. It's got some serious ironies to it. I just got accepted to go to this Digital Media Expo. It's just basically like the future of advertising and how we are gonna approach TV and social media. So I'm super excited. I have to go dress in business attire, but my clothes are all wrinkly. So I've been researching ways on how to iron your clothes without having an iron. So what I've got here is, you see my stove, I'm boiling some water, and I've got my towel set up, and in between you see is my pants. So I'm gonna try to iron my pants. We'll see how it goes. And just while I was standing here, sitting here, I read Happiness is Only Real When Shared. And the funny part about this is, basically this whole time I've been alone. I haven't had anyone to share any of these experiences with. And here I knew going on this trip that I'd be hopefully sharing it with someone, and now I'm on my own. So maybe I should say happiness is only real when shared with someone or yourself. So, huge irony. This is how you do it, ghetto ironing. It actually works. Not that bad. It's just funny because I cooked quinoa out of this pot and now I'm ironing my shirt. Alright, here I am at Marina del Rey at the Marriott downtown, but my car, Sheila, she's down there, and I'm up here at this event, and I guess the ironing shirt worked out. What an interesting place to be, here at this place. And this morning I'm sleeping out of my van, and now I'm in a place where they've got like McLarens parked in the parking lot, and I'm around captains of industries that are talking about Universal and Lionsgate and how to market, and talking about, you know, I'm listening to managers of Dwayne Wade and, you know, Will Smith, people that are running their Instagrams and stuff. It's just, what a trip. What a trip. This is crazy. Somehow I landed one of these too, a staff pass. So I want to share a cool technique that I found out while I was at this event. There's this man named David. He just sold a company for $380 million, and he was talking about his experiences, and this guy's a brain. Now, for myself, I've personally never been around a human to that level of income, but this was super interesting. So after he was done speaking, there's a bunch of people standing around him waiting to talk to them. Now, there's a big lineup, and what I started to notice with all the humans is that they got really anxious around him. And to be fair, he's a pretty intimidating person, but he's very humble and very approachable. So instead of waiting in the lineup, what I did was just wait outside the lineup, and I ended up standing next to him. Now, why is this powerful? Well, first of all, you get to stand around him long enough so that you become comfortable with him. On top of that, this was a powerful thing that I found out, and I started doing this at other events now too, is that each one of these people, there's probably like 16 to 20 people lined up to talk to him. They're each trying to talk to him and ask him questions. I get to stand here and listen to all his answers that he's speaking, so I get more and more insights. Now the other bonus to this is he starts to look at me while he's speaking to all these people, and he starts conversating to me, and his eye contacts with me, which now I'm building rapport with him by just standing there, and he's getting comfortable. So after all these 20 people went through, I went up and asked him, and now that I'm comfortable, right, I've taken a lot of the anxiety out of my body because I'm now comfortable with him and I've been staring at him and listening to all his insights. I said, hey, David, do you actually use all these business cards that people give you and stuff? And he says, yeah, I actually do. And to my surprise, I was like, wow, this guy actually uses all these. And into some deep information about his business and about how I just gave me some really great advice. What I want to talk about here is the power of being in a room with powerful people. If I tried to get in contact with this guy in another way, like through sending a resume, emails, phone calling, through the receptionist, all this type of stuff, it would have been so challenging. Get yourself in a room with a bunch of high caliber people that are at the tops of their industries. You know that whoever you go talk to, there are people that are literally changing the world in this room. So it's very important to be able to go talk to them, go approach them, because you just don't know who you're ever going to talk to. Now that being said, you don't know who you're going to talk to in the world in general. You never know who you're talking to, but you can situate yourself in different parts that will set you up to have a higher likelihood to win. And so that's what I did at this event. Nothing ever came from my contact with David, but it was a cool experience. So I hope you enjoy it.